Hey, we back. I'm here on Discord and we are talking about Mudae once again, but this time something a little different because what we are talking about is the poker slots. This thing here. I can't remember if I've actually done a video on them before or not. I don't think I have, but what I'm going over today is basically just how to get the most Pokemon, how to get the most shinies, how to do well on the poker slots, because I'm pretty sure we haven't talked about it before. It's kind of the side minigame of Mudae. Admittedly, there's quite a few of those, for example, the word teas. But yeah, the Pokemon slots is kind of an interesting one. It's very simple. As you can see, you type $P and you get a Pokemon. Any random Pokemon. The ones at the top are the most common, the ones at the bottom are the rarest, the legendaries. But there is actually some strategy to it. So first of all, the obvious thing out of the way, you can do this once every 2 hours. This is global, so it's not per server. You can do it in one server and you don't have to do it everywhere, but you can only do it once every 2 hours. It also has a global cooldown, the same for everyone. So for me, it's the even hours at the moment. So in fact, I only just was able to do it there at 6 o'clock and it'll be ready again at 8 o'clock. So yeah, the more often you do it, the more Pokemon you get. But there is a little bit more to it than that, because if we have a look at the leaderboards here, you can see that a lot of people have a lot of Pokemon. Some people have all the Pokemon. I'm pretty sure 894 is all of them. Maybe they're missing a couple. I don't know. I'm about 1,500, as you can see. There's also shinies, which we have Pokebank shiny for. I'm a little bit higher ranked on there. I generally go for both of them though, so you know. And so the first thing to talk about is the rankings. Which ranking do you want to go for? Do you want to go for the shiny one, or do you want to go for the normal one? If you want to be at the top of the rankings, you're going to have to pick one, because obviously the people at the top of the rankings are only going for that ranking. You want to aim for the most shinies or the most normal ones. Of course, getting the most shinies, the numbers are a little bit less, but maybe not as less as you would expect. So the next big thing is releasing. Releasing is generally the entire strategy of it, what you do with your releases, what you're releasing, etc. Depending on the amount of Pokemon you release, you can get some extra rolls. If you release from slots 1 and 2, these top 2 ones, you'll get half a roll. Slot 3 plus 1, slot 4 plus 4, slot 5 plus 40. Ultra Beasts is 50, which is a fancy 6th slot that doesn't normally show up. And Shiny will give an extra 5. Obviously, this means that if you're releasing some high rarity stuff, you're going to be getting a lot of extra rolls. And this does what it says on the tin. When you get an extra roll, you can do an extra P. At the moment, I would only get 120 Pokerolls, which is actually not that much. I did release a bunch just earlier today, in fact. Normally, I will release about 500 at once. Personally, I know a lot of people that will release every time they can. I find it a bit inefficient, but you're welcome to do that if you want, and so on and so forth. ARL is the auto release and probably the one you're going to be using most often. Just do it every now and again and you'll just get a bunch of Pokeballs and then sit and grind through them all. If you want to see videos of me doing some Pokeballs, there's videos in the channel somewhere that you can find for that. You can also release specific Pokemon with the actual release command and put Pokemon next to it. Release all to release all of a rarity. Auto release only does rarities 1, 2, and 3, so if you want to release 4 as well, you can do that one separately. You can't auto release legendaries, but presumably you're happy to just release them like this if you want to release them. So there you go. And as it says, in order to release a shiny, add S at the end. Poke-like can be used to avoid releasing during auto-release. So there you go, that's all of the release things, but there's a bit of strategy I mentioned to how do we release things. So first of all, like I said, it depends on which one you want to go for. If you want to go for this one, you probably want to release all of your shiny Pokemon, and if you want to go for this one, you'll want to release all of your normal Pokemon. Now this sounds a bit drastic, releasing all of the other type of Pokemon just to go for the leaderboard, and that's why personally I don't, and I go for both of them. But if you really do want to get to the top, you are going to have to pick one to go for. And trust me, you will get a lot of rolls from releasing all of the extra Pokemon from the other side. Releasing the extra shinies doesn't give you quite as much, because obviously you have less shinies, but if you are releasing all the normal Pokemon you get, you will get a lot of rolls, which is why these people have surprisingly more shiny Pokemon than you might expect, because they get so many more rolls than everyone else. Secondly, there's shiny hunting. Shiny hunting is just a mini thing that you can do on the side while you're doing your rolls. We can see here, shiny hunt does hunt a shiny Pokemon to increase their spawn probability. Now this means two things. First of all, what it says, increase their spawn probability. So if you are shiny hunting a certain Pokemon, you will get a lot of that certain Pokemon. But secondly, the reason it's called shiny hunting, it means that you are more likely to get a shiny version of them, simply because you're getting more of them, right? So if you want a shiny of a particular Pokemon, you can shiny hunt it, and then you eventually will get that particular Pokemon. So the next question is, what are you meant to be shiny hunting? Well, obviously, you can shiny hunt the stuff that you want to get shinies of. If you want to put them on your profile or something like that, for example, on my profile I have a shiny Shinx because I like Shinx, and why not? I believe my Rotom's also shiny. Yeah, there you go, epic. So if you want a shiny on here, you could shiny hunt it. I could go and shiny hunt a Snorlax or something if I wanted and put it on there. That could be cool. But what you can also do is shiny hunt for a certain rarity. So what I have been doing a lot in my past shiny hunting is shiny hunting all of the 1-stars, which is why, as you can see, I have quite a lot of 1-star shinies. Shiny hunting all the 1-stars is actually pretty easy because obviously they have quite a high spawn chance already, so if you increase that spawn chance, then eventually you're going to get a shiny, and you will get a lot more shinies. This is why I do a fair bit better on the shiny rankings than I do on the normal rankings, because I have all of them tasty 1-star shinies that I've been getting from my shiny hunts. However, this is normally not the best strategy, and I actually wouldn't advise it. As I've started doing recently, now that I hit half of the shiny 1-stars, I've decided to switch over to the actual smart strategy, which is shiny hunting 4-stars. I would say shiny hunt 5-stars or Ultra Beasts, but you actually can't shiny hunt those, so oh well. Shiny hunting 4-stars, what's that going to do is increase the chances that you get a certain 4-star. So first of all, it means I'm probably going to get a shiny Jolteon at some point, which is pretty nice because I like Jolteon, as you can see here. So getting a shiny one would be pretty nice for me. But what it also means is, in the meantime, I'm getting extra Jolteons, extra 4-stars, which gives me an extra 4 rolls, much more than the half a roll that the slot 1s give me. This means that if I keep shiny hunting 4-stars, I will actually get more Pokerolls in the future when I then auto-release them all. And of course, it has to be duplicated because you can only shiny hunt for something that you already have got. So, this means that in the long run, shiny hunting for the highest rarity you can is going to be better, so that you can release them and get more rolls. But like I said, short term, you will get less shinies doing this, because obviously it's going to take a long time for me to get the shiny Jolteon, because it's rarer than the shiny 1-star, right? So it's a toss-up between which you want to go for. I would say whichever one you're going to go for, you want either shiny hunting 4-stars or 1-stars. Doing the 2 or 3 stars is just not as good in general, unless there's a particular Pokemon you want. But yeah, that's basically the shiny hunting strategy. And then as long as you're doing that and you're aiming for a particular leaderboard, you'll probably start shooting up the rankings quite quickly. Obviously, again, it relies on you actually doing the command every 2 hours, which isn't exactly difficult, especially with doing your 20 rolls or whatever every hour, but it's going to take a long time, because obviously these people up here have been doing it for years, so in order to catch up with them, you're really going to have your work cut out for you, and it's probably going to take you years to get up here as well, but it is entirely possible, and as long as you're doing the right strategy, you can get the stuff. More important than the leaderboards as well, as like I said, it's a nice profile flex. I can say that I've got my 814 Pokemon here, and that's pretty nice. There's also leaderboards per server, so I can see on here that I have 814, and then that's almost twice as much as anyone else, which is pretty cool in of itself. So if you're looking to go up on the Pokeslot server rankings, you probably want to go for the regular ones rather than the shinies. But again, there is PS Shiny as well if you do want to be checking that. So again, what you really need to do is pick one. But I would say in general, most people just check the default one. So it's up to you what you go for. But either way, that's the main two things. Make sure you know what you're releasing, and that you're shiny hunting the good stuff. Other than that, it's down to you really, what you release and how often. Like I said, you can just save up till you get 500 or even more Pokeballs. You can do it every time you use the command. You could release your legendaries, or you could not. If there's any dupes you want to keep, you can. Whatever, there's a lot to it in general. But yeah, I'm going to leave this one here because I'm just wittering at this point. So yeah, bye!